MrBeast isn't just a YouTuber anymore. He's a one-man empire. Right now, his main channel alone has over 423 million subscribers and more than 94 billion views. Back in 2022, when he was way smaller creator than today, he turned down a $1 billion offer for his empire.
$1 billion and we could own the channel and the companies and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that sounds enticing, but I don't know if I want to work for my YouTube channel.
Just let that sink in. If he was worth $1 billion then, today he's easily playing in the multi-billion-dollar league. We're talking Fortune 500 companies cutting million-dollar checks just to sponsor a single video. His chocolate brand, Feastables, did nearly $250 million in sales in 2024. And now, he's producing the season 2 of a $100 million Amazon Prime game show. That's Hollywood blockbuster territory. So here's the big question. How does this guy give away mansions, cars, and literal islands, yet still keep building wealth at this insane scale? Well, let me break it down, because when you really look at his money tactics, how he makes it, how he spends it, and how he reinvests it, you start to realize something. By 2035, MrBeast isn't just going to be rich. He's on track to be worth over $100 billion. Now let's go behind the curtain and see how has he set up a machine that prints cash in more ways than most billionaires even realize. First off, YouTube itself. People forget that Jimmy isn't just running one channel, he's running an entire media empire. His main channel with 425 million subscribers and 94 billion views is already in a league of its own. But then you add Beast Reacts, MrBeast Gaming, Beast Philanthropy, and even the foreign language dubs. His Spanish channel alone racks up numbers most American creators can only dream of. Each one of those channels is pulling ad money, sponsorship money, and growing his global footprint. Conservatively, he's probably clearing 40 to 50 million a year just off YouTube ads across the empire. That's before a single chocolate bar or t-shirt gets sold. And then there's the sponsorships. For normal YouTubers, a big brand deal is maybe $10,000. For Jimmy, he said it himself, some brands are offering $3 to $5 million for a single integration. Think about that. One video mention is worth more than what most entire channels will make in their lifetime. Why? Because a MrBeast video isn't just an ad. It's like buying a Super Bowl spot that lives online forever. Fortune 500 companies are literally fighting to give him money because his videos guarantee attention at a global scale. Now let's talk merch, hoodies, t-shirts, the usual. But with MrBeast, usual is millions. His fan base is so huge that every drop sells out instantly. For kids, it's not just clothing, it's a badge. That's why his merch line quietly makes $10 to $20 million a year. And then the toys. MrBeast action figures and playsets are sitting in Walmart and Target right next to Marvel and Disney. Think about that. A YouTuber is competing with century-old giants. That's not a side hustle, that's brand dominance. Together, merch and toys don't just make money, they lock in his brand for the next generation. Kids grow up not just watching MrBeast, but owning him. But the real monster? Feastables. It's the blueprint of how creators will build billion-dollar companies in the future. By 2024, Feastables had already done $250 million in sales. And he doesn't spend millions on traditional advertising because the videos are the ads. He'll make a challenge video where the prize is lifetime supply of Feastables, and suddenly millions of viewers are subconsciously thinking of buying one too. That's the kind of vertical integration that CEOs at Coca-Cola and Hershey's are probably losing sleep over. Of course, not everything is a clean win. Remember Beast Burger?
I opened up the world's first free restaurant. And if that wasn't enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant.
We haven't even opened yet, and the police just told us they had to shut down a mile of traffic, and there's 1,000 cars in line.
Put it on up.
Yeah!
At one point, he had over 1,700 ghost kitchens selling burgers across the US. That thing pulled in tens of millions fast. But the quality tanked. Raw meat, cold fries, bad reviews started flooding in. Most people would have milked it until it crashed, but Jimmy shut it down. Why? Because protecting the brand was worth more than squeezing out another $100 million. That's a tactic most greedy executives don't understand. Sometimes cutting a revenue stream is the smartest way to make sure the long game survives. Then there's Hollywood money, the Amazon Prime deal.
am standing on $5 million of real money.
Over $100 million for a single show. That's Marvel-level budget territory. But here's the twist. Unlike actors or directors who are just talent, Jimmy owns the whole IP. If this works, he's not just collecting a paycheck. He's building a franchise that could rival Netflix itself. And of course, investments. People love to throw his name around in crypto controversies, saying he's backed shady coins or hyped scammy tokens. But if you look closer, those plays are small compared to his real empire. He knows where the real money is, building brands, owning infrastructure, and reinvesting every dime into scaling bigger. He's got tech startup bets,
my brand new website that I just launched, viewstats.com.
equity in influencer-led businesses, and a massive network of warehouses, studios, and full-time staff that looks more like Disney than YouTube. That's the money machine. It's not just YouTube. It's a stack of businesses, each feeding the other, each making him more untouchable. And this is where his spending strategy comes in. Because most people think he's throwing money away when he gives $1 million to strangers.
If this subscriber can beat Ronaldo in a 1v1, I'm going to give him $1 million.
Or builds a real-life Willy Wonka factory.
I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life.
The truth? That's the secret tactic that turns spending into even more revenue. Here's the part that blows people's minds. Most creators, when they finally hit it big, they cash out. Fancy cars, private jets, mega mansions, all flex, no vision. Jimmy flips the script. He spends every dime he makes, but not on himself. He pours it straight back into the machine.
Obviously, I can't say how much we do in revenue, but I can tell you, like, now we're probably spending $3 million on average a main channel video. Plus, obviously, you have millions of dollars a month in employees and overhead, and, all this other stuff.
When he gives away a private island, that's not charity. That's marketing genius. Millions of people click just to see what insane stunt he's doing this time. Advertisers line up, and the video itself pays for the prize 10 times over. When he hands out stacks of cash on the street, it's not a flex. It's a reinvestment. He's buying loyalty, trust, and global recognition that money can't normally buy. Every time he loses $1 million in a challenge, he's really buying an asset, attention. And in today's world, attention is the most valuable currency there is. Look at his warehouses. We're talking about full Hollywood-grade studios packed with sets, employees, editors, writers, producers. He's not just a YouTuber anymore. He's building his own Disney brick by brick, but 20 times faster. Now let's talk scale. By 2025, he's already got revenue streams in YouTube ads, sponsorships, Feastables, merch, shows, and investments. Each one of those could make someone else rich on its own. But together, they compound. You buy the chocolate bar because you saw the video. You watch the video because of the crazy giveaway. You wear the merch because you want to be part of the story. Every single piece feeds the other. That's why the idea of him being worth $100 billion by 2035 isn't some wild fantasy. Let's do the math. YouTube and sponsorships could easily clear him $100 million a year for the next decade. Feastables? That could be a $10 billion company by itself if it keeps growing at this pace. Add in Amazon deals, tech startups, maybe even his own streaming platform one day. And suddenly the number doesn't sound crazy. Despite his billionaire status, MrBeast lives with striking frugality. He sleeps in a simple one-room apartment inside his Greenville studio.
So yeah, this is my little apartment. This is where I live for the most part.
So you actually sleep in your office?
Of course. This is my bed.
Drives an ordinary Tesla, and owns modest suburban homes mainly for staff and family. Rather than pouring money into mansions, watches, or supercars, he reinvests nearly everything into content and philanthropy, renting private jets, yachts, and even islands only for challenges and giveaways. He's also ridiculously smart with how he spends. If he wants to travel to the pyramids, he doesn't just go as a tourist, he turns it into a video, makes it a business expense, and earns back far more than he spends.
I somehow have unrestricted access to all the Great Pyramids of Egypt!
Whoa. No, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
We'll be going into the tombs of ancient pharaohs, places that are literally illegal to enter because they're incredibly dangerous. What if
Same with dining at the world's most expensive restaurants.
we're going on some of the most expensive dates in the world, like this $500,000 date that includes the entirety of Disneyland, all for ourselves. A $100,000 date at this mega complex.
What could have been just indulgence becomes viral content. In other words, even when he spends on luxury, it's not really spending, it's investing, because the video pays it back with millions in views and sponsorships. So when people ask, how is this guy giving away all his money and still getting richer?
I'm gonna give away this $300,000 amount of money to people in need.
The answer is simple. He's not spending, he's multiplying. Every dollar he gives away turns into 10 more. Every risky stunt becomes the seed for a new business. And every piece of the empire makes the next one stronger. That's why I can say, with zero hesitation, that by 2035, Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast, won't just be the biggest YouTuber in the world. He'll be sitting on a fortune north of $100 billion, standing shoulder to shoulder with Musk and Bezos. The difference? He'll have done it not by hoarding wealth, but by giving it away. And that's the real twist in the story. The kid who started making videos in his bedroom ended up rewriting the entire playbook of modern business. Not with greed, not with power, but with generosity, scaled up into the most profitable empire the internet has ever seen.